Okay, then we've seen a bunch of different points. Now we're seeing a playback. I mean, we've seen Agent's point of view, but now we're seeing playback, and it looks like there was consequences. So let's see what happens.
Is this the Kai Senate guy? Oh, this is the speed guy. Okay. There's like this whole new legion of like black Zoomer streamers, and for as much as they talked about how like all white people did was scream at the camera, I feel like that's all these guys do. I don't know. I don't know if they have more content, but holy shit, it's just not my but I'm probably just getting old. Like it's like the new.
All right, you were getting old and you're getting racist. Let's talk about why.
Oh my god.
He is. Because
he is getting older. That's such a.
It's so easy to think like, okay, Kai, Speed, but who else? Go tell me who else is loud and black streamer. Who else? It's not Bruce, not Rage. None of them match their loud.
Yeah, Rage screams here and there, but he's not always.
He's talking about the two biggest. He's making it seem like there's a fucking huge wave, a tsunami, an influx of, and the only identifiers he used was black Zoomer streamers that scream. So I always say people use categories and boxes to simplify life so that they can think about things easier, because it's like humans are complicated and each one is so uniquely different that like to consider them all uniquely is very challenging, especially when you're trying to like make a generalization. This generalization is just, it doesn't exist. It's inaccurate. There is an entire wave of new streamers from an entire community. They're not all black, they're not all Zoomers, and they're not all loud, but I think that's what he's trying to refer to in this very inaccurate generalization.
For sure.
Incredibly inaccurate, because I'm part of it. I'm not Kai Loud. I'm not a Zoomer neither, but I'm part of it. I'm not the biggest on fucking Twitch at all, but again,
but it's just this influx of just black Zoomers loud, screaming. Yeah, this is an influx of that right
and
there.
And it's like you fail to recognize any nuance in the matter, which is a little disappointing because I'm not as familiar with Destiny's material, but isn't he one of them intellectual streamers that have conversations and stuff like that?
To me, that was the biggest kind of downfall to this, because I think the standard in which people hold Destiny to is one in which a bit more intelligent than just to make casual statements like this. It's out of his pocket, and more importantly, the reason why it's even more frustrating is because Destiny is a streamer himself. He's been a part of the community for years at this point.
Yeah.
Like he just sat there and said, he insinuated or highlighted how there used to be this perception of white streamers. So you would assume that somebody who's already been given that blanket of generalization would not then do it to another generation of streamers, even if it is accurate or not. And so for him to do that and like, even if we want to say this is the most optimistic lens possible, you would not want to see somebody who went through similar generalizations and characteristics that aren't accurate to then do it to another subsection of streamers. Like that right there is just mad dumb, especially coming from somebody who is as intelligent as Destiny. Because for people who don't know, Destiny's a streamer, does a lot of not just chatting, but he does a lot of debates. That's really what he's known for. He gets on, has a subject matter, debates it. So he was talking about something we actually talked about earlier this week, which was the whole iSpeed situation. And one of his takeaways were just the end the wave of just black, loud Zoomers. Oof. That was his takeaway, which is a very, very.
And you know what the craziest part about that is? That wave he's referring to was largely started and amplified by Aiden Ross. This nigga, he's a white Jew. He is white and he is Jewish. He's not black and he's not loud, and he's technically a Zoomer. So he doesn't fit two of the three qualifications that you made up.
Damn.
So you failing to recognize the diversity upon the community you're speaking on is fucking stupid. And it's even beyond dumb. You would think he was like on some like a television pundit or something.
That's what he
used
sounds
to be
like.
on Twitch.
Destiny literally sounds like a 47-year-old who's hosting a TV show right now. That's literally what Destiny sounds like.
Bruh. And so it's like you're trying to cast these negative stereotypes on a community and it's not accurate, and everyone part of the community is looking at you like, man, what are you talking about? The only people in support of this are the guys that are upset that there's even a different culture on Twitch. And there's some of them. We don't talk about that enough. It's not just him.
So let's talk.
Isn't it? There's an entire wave of fucking haters that don't like to see other people win and succeed. And the second they see people like Kai Cenat Nat win Streamer of the Year, or Bruce and them be nominated for Just Chatting category at the Streaming Awards. It upsets them because it's not the content they consume, and they feel like they're not like those streamers.
So for those who don't understand what Agent is talking about, let's a much bigger scope and why what Destiny says comes across even more harsh coming from people on this side of the community. So on Twitch, there's more or less two communities. There's a community called Poggers, which are normally like OGs, older people. Most of those people, or at least some of the figureheads, have skin tone that's a little lighter than mine. Just a little light, just a little bit light.
I'm telling you, it's very diverse.
No, I'm not saying it's not diverse. I'm saying the majority of the figureheads, like the most identifiable names.
I mean, by that logic, the majority of most is gonna be white.
You think it is for the WL community?
The people watching, yeah.
Not white.
But they're in the community though.
I get that. I'm talking about I said again the figureheads. I'm talking about the people who are in front of the camera, who are receiving the accolades.
It's way more diverse.
I agree. Yeah. Then you have the WL community, which is a subsection of the Twitch community that consists of Kai, Aiden,
Bruce,
Ross, you,
Aiden,
Phantom.
yeah.
And what ends up happening is, at least
part.
from the outside looking in, a lot of times it feels as if, like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you think the WL community receives the proper recognition and credit that it deserves?
No, obviously not.
And so, and literally for the second half of the year, Kai was literally pushing for the proper recognition that he deserved.
Yeah.
Let this be a message,
because bro was going
Twitch,
crazy,
and I know
and they weren't
Stats
like promoting him.
It's no way. This is gonna go everywhere, bro. Twitch. There's no reason why there's nobody on the front page of your platform, bro. Okay, y'all know the other side of the platform that our community can reach, and y'all preventing it from happening, bro. Y'all preventing from other viewers to seeing what we got to offer.
Even when he was breaking so many records in the process of doing so, inevitably became the #1 streamer on the platform, and still, when it came to the streaming awards, they spelled his name incorrect.
He spelled his name wrong?
Itself is crazy.
I didn't even know that.
And along the way, still discredited, like, for various reasons. Now, to be fair, I don't think that Destiny falls under that umbrella of people, because people are going to hate regardless. The problem, though, is that, like what Destiny just did, is that for whatever reason, there is this cascade of, like, generalization that's being thrown on people. And when it comes to Kai, out of all streamers, I can confidently claim he is one of the most, if not the most, in my opinion, creative English-speaking streamers right now on the platform. So when people just like
he
put
always
him in
does
this
a bunch
box
of
oh, he's a just chatter, and all he does is yell and scream, and he's just this black zoomer. It's like it's missing the essence of who Kai is to such a degree for someone who puts so much effort into his streams, and it's not just him just sitting there chatting. Even beyond him bringing on celebrities, it's not just them sitting there chatting. They do way more things than that. He had a whole stream where he was doing for 24 hours, and each hour on the hour he was doing something different. Like, the level of preparation that comes to that is absurd. So just sit there and just wrap him up as black zoomer yelling, yeah. Oh, matter of fact, that's not Kai. Oh, Speed. They all the same. They all together. It's just like another, like, come on, like, what are we doing right now?
The new is like, black dude tears his shirt up, screams something wacky and wild into the camera, is racist or homophobic. It's LOL, and like that's like, okay, don't care. Or transphobic. Don't forget that one.
I didn't even realize he just threw that out there as well. Like, racist, trans. he just like casually like, everybody just threw a bunch of phobics out there. Oh man, yeah, get the laws, guys. Boy, that's a crazy.
These are all like L stereotypes, bro. These L stereotypes. I hate.
That's crazy, Dusty. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't hear that part. That's crazy. No. It's just dawning on me how crazy that is. That's a crazy take.
All of it is lazy, and it's funny that none of this hate existed until people felt like
their platform was getting taken over. I say taken over, but like
the new era of streamers were competing with the old ones, or like the guys that were more established and known. Because when they were large but not competing with, like when they weren't in categories for awards, when they weren't competing for like who has the most concurrent viewers or who has the most subs on Twitch, it wasn't an issue. But the second it is, now like all of a sudden money laundering fucking rumors start arising, and it's like you're coming up with any reason to not want to give credit to somebody, and it's weird. That's the weird part, Destiny.
After Destiny had said some choice words, a bunch of other people responded. Your Rage, somebody else who's part of the WL community, he responded.
Where did that come from? Chat, where? I literally explained how it's annoying to me, how like, like if there's a white streamer that I like or content creator, and they say some like, some edgy shit, some shit that might come off as racist to my chat because they don't understand like the way he talks and shit. So now I gotta like explain how it might be like, yo, it's not like this, that, and the third. And now I'm looking like a raccoon without the RA to my community. It's like it's just annoying. I just said it was annoying. You feel me? It's just fucking annoying. Cause now like the WL community, the black people, are like, yo, are you defending what he said? No, I'm just trying to explain like what I just said it was annoying, my nigga. What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? I ain't even called a nigga racist or nothing, my boy. PTSD, because niggas are calling him racist all damn day, right? So I guess I said like trigger words or some shit. Like, what the fuck? Why do you get so tight? My nigga, I don't want you to bow
Oh,
down.
you
Like,
watched
what?
Rachel's
After
thing?
that, Kai himself also responded.
You feel me? When I'm energetic like this, because this might be seen as screaming. Like, what am I doing right now might be seen as
I didn't
like,
know
screaming a
that
lot and I'm
he
doing
responded
too
to
much,
Rage.
and this got too much energy. Well, dipshit. Do you know that the way I act and my energy would also bounce back to the viewers? Dipshit. You think you wanna see me sit here like, hey guys, how y'all doing, man? Oh man.
And a few other people as well. Terminology and phrases like Destiny's Rosses got thrown around and stuff like that, and people just felt like they were a bit upset. And Destiny he had a couple choice words when he wanted to clap back a couple people. You know what I'm saying?
The WL community like playing the race card like all the time. Like, I get it, you're black, and that's tragic, I guess, but I don't care that much. It's boring as to me. Honest to God, like, some of the exploding, like, black online communities have been, like, some of the most homophobic places I've been to, like, openly. Like, I feel like I'm back in white communities from 2012. I love that, like, the transphobia is just, like, rampant and nobody cares. Transformers, LOL. Like, for me to jump in here and for them to be like, you're racist, like, the out of here with that bullshit. Like, it feels so beneath me to even like jump into that. I just super don't give a and whether
I just super don't give a fuck. You know what's a weird? You know why this is also a bad?
Look. Before AJ says this part, this is what I've always thought, right? This is what I've always thought. If you really didn't care, right? If let's say you really, really didn't care, you wouldn't be talking about it. You wouldn't be wasting your energy, time, none of that on the subject, right? That you supposedly didn't care about. But since you keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, I'm pretty sure you care to at least respond. Like, you care enough to respond, so you care about the subject. That's all.
Because you're the guy who fucking brought race into it.
I'm about to say, nobody would actually even said it if, I ain't gonna lie, Destiny. That's back-to-back bad takes, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm trying to be like the most optimistic lens possible, imaginable from what you're trying to say. And I don't even think you're Ross's. It's just that these are just so lazy takes. And it's clear that you didn't really care that much from the beginning, but to just follow that up with even more, like, I still don't care. I just still don't care, man. I just don't care. And you bring up things about the community that have nothing to do with what we're talking about right now.
Not only can both of these things be true at the same time, like homophobia and transphobia and that stuff can be rampant, and you brought race into it, is one of the three qualifying factors you use to make your statement.
Black Zoomer streamers.
You brought black into it, so people aren't pulling the race card, they're just discussing what the fuck you brought up, first
That's
of all.
true.
Second of all, you're talking about transphobia and homophobia. You're looking for any reason to discredit. Like, the only things you've said about this community so far have been negative, and you can sit there and make the argument for those negative things, but the problem is you're not saying nothing positive though. And so it's coming off as hate because you can see a whole bunch of success and a whole bunch of people entertained by a new wave of content from a diverse group of people, and the only things you happen to say about them are negative. And you can make the argument for some of those negative things, but you're not saying shit positive. So when niggas say they think you're racist or they think you're a hater, that's why. You can't be surprised by that reaction from anybody.
Like, you did, like, Destiny just did, like, the stereotypical all black people look the same. Like, is that Speed? Kai Speed? Who's that? Who's that again? Like, you just did.
I feel like he didn't know who
Pulled that
which
off
one
and
was.
then continue to double down. And let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you didn't know who they were. Like, you just don't know some of the two biggest streamers on the entire internet, right? Let's just, in English speaking, you just don't know them, right? Let's say, hypothetically speaking, you genuinely don't know them. Even then, if you don't know them, why would you then follow up with some stereotype, or a stereotype that's based off of their race? That's what's crazy. And then you claim that you don't watch it, you claim that you don't know them, but then you triple down by making some other arguments about the community community that you claim that you don't know about.
The WL community, like playing the race card like all the time. Like, I get it, you're black, and that's tragic, I guess.
Exactly.
I don't care that much. It's boring.
He knows about
honest to
them.
God, like some of the exploding like black online communities have been like some of the most homophobic places I've been to, like openly. Like, I feel like I'm back in white communities from 2012.
So you don't know it enough to know the difference between those two, but you know it enough to know the rampant transphobia and all the other phobias that happen in the community. That doesn't make any sense. That stuff that doesn't make any sense.
Destiny, what you're doing right now would be the equivalent to me being like, all the Spanish speaking streamers. Yeah, like top 4 of the 10 streamers on Twitch are all Spanish speaking. But dude, that community, man, sexism is so rampant in there.
And you're only using
and I don't even watch them
one
really,
or two
but
people.
The couple times that I went in there, I didn't seen a bitch get slapped like that. I was like, that's sexist as fuck.
That whole community now is just
all of them that's what they do.
Damn.
It's like I don't know enough about that community, so if I wanted to make a take about the community, then I'd probably just inform myself first. But that is an entire different community on the platform that you used to be on. But they're also very relevant on YouTube that you can just do more research on.
What's crazy is most of the people
That's so fucking dumb.
most of the people in the community disagree with the things that like Speed does anyway. So it's not as if like we're all just uniformly together. Like we're a wave of like, hey man, that Speed, what he did?
Yeah.
Like everybody has different opinions even within the community. So for you to just sit there and just label everybody under the same thing, so much so where you're misidentifying Kai and Speed, is like, bro, what are you doing right now?
Look,
it's a lazy take. It's
lazy.
It's just a lazy take from somebody who normally doesn't have lazy takes, and that's why it's so cringe.
But you made your brand around that though. Like
that's what I'm saying.
So you can't be surprised when people expect you to say things as accurate or smart or at least logical in a sense or based in something real, right? Or not just completely hateful. People kind of have a high standard from you because that's the type of standard that you set, and that's actually your fucking appeal. Like Kai Cenat, his appeal is not his fucking intelligence. So if he gets on stream and just shits something out that he didn't really think about just off the cuff, then that's what is to be expected from him. He's not gonna sit there and revise his opinion, make a couple arguments, and then enter a fucking debate about it because again, that's not his brand. You set the expectation for what people can expect from you. That's your brand, Destiny. So just follow your brand and inform yourself next time. It's not the end of the world. I don't know if he's racist or not. Like who knows?
I wouldn't say that either.
I don't know well enough, but you sure are making the case.
That's pretty fucking well
so far. You sure are.
I don't think he is either, which is why I was kind of hesitant. But then people kept like telling us to react to it, and then even Destiny just kept responding to what other people are saying too. So yeah, I don't think Destiny is racist or anything like that. I just think that this is like a very lazy take. And instead of actually doing your due diligence to come up with a take or just ignoring it in general or just even having a take that isn't based in race, just base it in what you see on the screen. You see Speed, so talk about Speed. Again, most people in the community don't agree with what Speed does 100% of the time or even like 80. Like most of the time we just don't agree with what he does anyway. So the fact that you then took what Speed is doing, an extreme outlier, and then tried to just cascade it over a community of people is annoying. It's just annoying, and it's something that the community has had to deal with the entire year, regardless of how much work and effort has been put into this to try to differentiate ourselves from that stereotype. And if we're being honest, the group of people that you're referring to, a good portion of them came from YouTube and came and brought their creativity from YouTube to streaming. And if we're being honest with ourselves, is more creative than a lot of other people before them, if we're being honest with ourselves. So I don't know, I get tired. I just get tired of like the like low level shit, like the low IQ shit, or just I just want to say something about this new community, and I'm just so incorrect on what I'm saying. But then also admit that I don't watch y'all at all, but then claim that I know enough to then make these statements about who y'all are in the community. Like none of it's just like it's so ass backwards. It makes no sense.
Yeah, and if this is your first time listening to Destiny, well, these are the type of very intellectual takes you can expect.
If you're gonna compare me saying there's like a kind of like a trend, at least on Twitch, of like the black like screaming content or whatever for the Kai studying Ice Guy, which by the way there might not be. Maybe those are just the only clips I see on LSF. But if you're gonna say that's the same as me going up to some Asian person and be like, oh konnichiwa, konnichiwa, you're actually retarded. Like go deep throat some BBC somewhere, swallow, go guzzle some black dudes cum because that makes you feel really good about yourself as a progressive. Like go knock yourself out, but leave me out of your bootlicking, virtue signaling, cuck ass bullshit. Go find some Black Panther to give it to you up the ass or something. I don't need to be involved in that. Please keep me out of your weird, obsessive, white, progressive, virtue signal cuck shit. Okay, I like to talk about real racial issues here, not if we are stereotyping black screamo streamers on Twitch. Okay, Jesus Christ,
bro. I'm still sticking with my point. It was just so random. Like, really just so random. Low declared word on adulterers and failed 4 times. What? No lie, low. You have to accept all the criticism both on YouTube and Twitter. Betrayed a sense of morality. Pull up on doing pull up. What? What's going on here? What happened? A King of Austin's pro woman channel who got caught cheating on his wife. Yeah, but it's his personal life. He's uh wait, what's going on? What's going on? What uh wait, what? Basically Lowe got exposed for cheating on his girl with really 4 to be exact. Hold on. We gonna need to check this out. But yeah, subscribe, like my shit, and see you guys later. Bye.